Week 15, mini gym. The next 2 weeks, kind of the theme is bar strength and body shaping. So we're going to work on a lot of those things this week. First up on floor is their hollow position. They're going to put their butt down and then they're going to lift it right off the floor slightly. So their arms are behind their ears and their toes are up. You can even lift up your hips a little more. Okay. And we can introduce that hollow body shape, which is super important. Over here is the cartwheel, but we should be doing a lunge to lunge. If you can't get lunge to lunge, it's okay, but at least have them starting in a lunge, okay? And remember, we're trying to work on those rainbows. If you need to grab their hips to open them up, they want to hit that X position and then turn it. You don't want them to cut it off. Over here, we're doing our scales again, okay? Arms back, we're gonna put it behind our head this time. Very nice. And if your kids can go up on their toe, encourage that. Because it's just a better body control. They will have to squeeze their bums and their bellies, but it's a good way to get them to recognize what muscles and squeezing muscles does for them. Over here, we're doing the backward roll on the floor. We have done backward rolls for a very long time now, okay? If your group cannot do this, more likely than not, you're gonna have to spot the first couple, but if your group cannot do this, you're just gonna have them roll and then stand back up, okay? A coach should be at this station. But it's a good way to see if your kids are ready to upgrade. Over here is your teeters again. They did so good with them last week that we're gonna go ahead and do that again. A lot of groups looked awesome. Well, the last couple days, excuse me. Over here, we're doing the back bend kickover. You want them to split before they kick over. Sorry, it might be hard. Kick over. We can do this. When they're little, they're gonna kick over to that position and then, yes, they're gonna go to their lunge position. Good job, Soraya. Okay, we've done plenty of times where they're kicking over, so their arm strength should be perfect to do this at this point to get to a lunge, okay? Make sure you're telling them if they're still struggling to push the red away. If their elbows are bent, they're gonna hit their noggins, okay? Week 15 beam. Everyone is first going to start with their lunges. They're going to walk up to their lunge and they're going to do their teeter on beam. Since we're doing so well with it over there, we're going to keep it rocking over here. Okay, make it exciting. Be like, oh my gosh, you did a teeter on beam. Make it something cool and fun. Now we're introducing walking backwards. Now, you can have them put their hands on their hips. You can have them put their hands out to the side. You can have them reach up to the sky. We just want them to be able to put one foot behind the other, walking backwards, okay? You will tell them when they need to stop walking. I'm sure you'll be right beside them anyway, but then just say stop, because a lot of fear in little kids is that they walk off the end of the beam. So just make it a little fun game, and then you'll stop. Over here, this is kind of, you could do a lot of things here. If you have a really good group, you could try your teeters. But for the most of our groups in our mini gym, we will do a flamingo hold or grab the red, go up onto your toes. There's a lot of different options in this, but you want to focus on the body shaping. So straight body, flamingo body, okay? That is kind of your goal of the week. Also, if you have really little ones, you could take all three of those, put them over there and have them match the colors. So there's a lot of options in this, but we need to focus on straight bodies. If they're matching the colors, have them walk with their arms behind their ears. If they're lifting it up, make sure there's a body position in there somewhere, okay? Over here, we are gonna do sidewalks, okay? Hands on your hips or hands out to the side, whatever you prefer. Just sidewalks. You wanna get them to a place where they're up on their toes. Everyone's doing such a good job that most groups will be on their toes. But again, this could be a little bit self-guided. If they're not quite comfortable, you could be holding their hand. Then we're doing our mounts. So everyone should be up to the point where they can hold themselves up and bring their foot up without touching the beam, okay? If your group is good and ready to go, you're gonna bring your foot up and turn your hip. As you're turning your hip, your left hand is gonna come in, okay? Try one more time, do you mind? So she jumps up, brings her leg around, and then brings her left hand in, okay? Make sure when they're here, you want straight, super tight legs. Tell them to push, push, push through their toes. If they're pointing through their big toe, they're going to feel it in their thighs, okay? So they'll do that twice. And then over here, we kind of want them to think about something other than walking backwards. So you can have them just hold on to the red, talk to them about the color of the ball while they're walking backwards. You're probably most likely going to be guiding this, like holding on to them and helping them. But if they're focusing on the color of the ball, if you're distracting them with the color of the ball, don't drop it, don't feed the alligator, things like that, then they're going to walk backwards and that fear is eliminated. If it's a little too hard for my 2 and 3-year-olds, then you could just walk across. But let's give it a shot, even if we have to help them. 15 tumble track, we're incorporating the strength portion as well as the shaping portions. Before we start, we're gonna do like a little challenge. Knee drops are kind of really hard, and it's very hard just as far as even like, Here, part 2. Normally I like to start with forward rolls because by the time you're done on the other side, you should have already been through your jumps and stuff. So if you can do like a straight body, forward roll, straight body, working on the shaping, perfect. You can also add like forward roll straight jump or forward roll straddle jump. You should start adding combos to see just how much they can remember and how much they can retain using that same great body position. Over here, whatever you want down it, forward roll, backward roll, bridge kickovers, straddle rolls as well. Maybe start with straddle rolls just so we can get it on the floor for the shows. Even if they don't have it, they could do a forward roll. Do you mind just doing a forward roll? And then just lift your butt up like you just kind of did, just a little higher, and then come back down. So it would be straight body, forward roll, get your hips up, and then come back down. That's just teaching them to start getting their hips up if they don't have it yet. Okay. Over here might be tricky for Soraya to do, but you're going to sit on the blue, okay? And they're going to do their sit-ups. So they'll be able to bend their knees. For Soraya, it might be a little bit difficult, but they're going to go back and hit all the colors. So they'll sit up, high five, use 2 hands to high five red, then they'll go down blue. Good job, Soraya. Yellow and green, okay? Part of our strengthening. Over here, they're going to hold their push-ups, okay? You can make this fun. They don't need to know that this is strength. Okay, they can lift a leg if you want to make it a little bit more fun. They could even bend their elbows and come up and actually do a push-up. Go elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. Oh, Lord. Maybe do the elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist again. I actually really like that. So they can go elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. They don't need to know. Again, they don't need to know this is strength. It's just something fun. They're young. They don't know yet. Then over here is our just forward roll, straight body to straight body, and then they'll come right up the steps. Great. Perfect. At the end of class, instead of doing your coloring pages, you could do partner sit-ups with them. So they could sit down. I'm going to hold your feet. And then you'll have one partner hold their feet like this and then do high fives. Make it fun. Okay? We're teaching them strength and shaping this week.